But the financial system is perhaps the most immediate pressure point because market price in risk long before politicians admit it. And if the risk here is obvious, then OPEC so much as hints that stability in Venezuela is a priority that requires output discipline, oil prices will climb. If markets believe the conflict is likely, prices climb. And if prices climb, inflation rises, consumer confidence drops, the political conversation inside the US turns to the cost of living crisis rather than the righteousness of a foreign intervention. And Trump knows what it means to preside over rising fuel costs. It cuts into the core of his political argument that he can deliver economic stability and cheap energy. So the cost of escalation is not theoretical for him, it's immediate, it's measurable, and it's politically toxic. What this means is that Maduro's move to involve OPEC has not just internationalized this crisis now, it's weaponized the global energy system against unilateral US escalation. And that's something Washington just isn't used to. For decades, the US has acted first and dealt with market consequences later, confidence that its partners would absorb the shock. But we're not in that era anymore. That's gone. They're bygone days. The global political economy is different now. Power is distributed in ways that complicate unilateral action. And when a president in Washington threatens a resource-rich state without evidence and then signals ground escalation, the rest of the world no longer waits to see what happens. They move to protect their interests. They move to stabilize their markets. They move to prevent precedent. And that is what OPEC is being asked to do now. And that's why Trump's threats now look much weaker than his posture suggests. The deeper point here is that Maduro has shifted the question from will the US invade to can the US afford to invade? And these are not the same question. The United States still has overwhelming military capacity, but capacity is not the same as political viability. It's not the same as economic sustainability. It's not the same as diplomatic cover. And right now, Trump does not have the alignment and conditions he would need to turn rhetoric into action without paying a price that could damage him domestically and internationally, which is why you are seeing this odd mix of loud declarations and quiet stalling, because the administration wants the threat to carry weight without having to demonstrate the capability or the willingness to follow through.